Well, mate, I was fucking terrified of you when I was 12. You was phenomenal as Charlie Jolson, and I mean that. You really was. It's hard
Thank
to
you.
imagine anybody else playing him or voicing him, but somebody was going to, weren't they? Before you was cast. How did you end up getting the
Yeah.
role if
Tell you
he
what,
was already cast?
I was with an agent, ugly. I think that's who picked up a few people. And Mark French said to me, "Oh, there's a game being done by Sony. You interested?" I said, "Yeah, I'll have a look." I had a gym in Ramsgate up on the coast, so I was full time working anyway. That and my bodybuilding, and I was doing commercials and stuff like that. But when he said about it, I thought, "Yeah, this is new. I'll give it a go." So when I went to the Sony offices in Soho, as Paul said, I listened to some of Paul's stuff because I forgot a lot of the stuff up on the second floor. Huge place, full of full of old-fashioned computers then, um, and they took us into a room and we sat down, and it was probably about 10 of us, 12 of us sitting there with Brendan McNamara, the guy that wrote it, Katie Elwood, who was a massive part of it, and a guy called Woody. Them three were really like the three main people, and Chun. I think there's an Asian guy called Chun. He was a really really big part of the technological stuff. Yeah, we sat down, and I was reading for a bit part. Um, and it went round. This is going, probably went. I don't know if Anna was. I literally can't remember. This will be Yasmin. This will be eyebrows. This will be whatever. And they come round, and I said, they said, "Oh, we ain't got a Charlie." I said, "Well, what does Charlie do then?" They said he's an old gangster. So I said, "I'll tell you what. I'll read my bit, but I'll read his as well, just to get it flowing." So they said, "All right then." So it come round to me. I'm like, "All right, Marky boy, how you doing?" And everyone started laughing. So I said, "Is that the kind of thing you want?" And Brendan went, "No, carry on, carry on." And he's Aussie accent, "Carry on, mate, carry on. It sounds great." So I went in and done it. And when we finished doing the read, he went, "Fuck you doing the other part. Do you want to be Charlie Jolson?" I said, "Yeah, I'll have some of that." Being it was not the playable character, but even though because Mark was obviously the main character, but the main, you know,
He was
hard
the
nut.
main bad guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, 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 yeah. He kind of run the area. So yeah, that really appealed to me. So took it on.
What was your first impression when you read the script of Charlie Jolson? Because the whole storyline was amazing, wasn't it?
I thought I was reading a film script, which was you don't expect. I'd never done a game before. I'd done loads of photographic work, loads of commercials and TV stuff and that, but I'd never seen been in a game before. So when they said it's going to be motion capture, I'm like, or mocap, and I'm like, what's that? So um, they told us all about it, and then they said, "Here's the script. Read the script." Because I hadn't seen the script. I was just going to go in and read blind. And I read the script, and I'm like, "Yeah, this should be a movie." And he said, "Well, if it works really, really well, who knows? We might make a movie," which never happened. But it was very, very good, and it was written just like a script.
Yeah, yeah, it was amazing. It really was. Obviously, the character you was playing, he was an older man. I seen when I was doing a bit of research, I seen that you had a face sculpture made. What was it like wearing that? How long did it take to make? I don't know how you did it. I would have been so claustrophobic being having that on my face.
Yeah. Well, as I've got older, I am very claustrophobic. So
I am.
yeah, terrible. For a couple of big fellas, we're probably the last people want to be in a tight space. Um, uh, when they said you got to have a face prosthetic done, I'm like, I don't care about that. That's fine. So when it's for part of a thing, so I went down there, and they covered me in all this gunk and kept my nose clean. And I actually said when I was getting it done, um, I had a mate with me. I think I said, "Do me a favor. You need to be my eyes. Sit there and hold my hand." You know what I mean? And he sat there and held my hand, and I'd give him the thumbs up, and he'd tap me, and he would talk to me. He would like, "Everything's fine. You're in the same room," because it's pitch black. It's pitch black, and you're in rubber. And I wanted to rip that fucker off. I really, really did. It was awful. One of the worst things. I've actually done it 3 times. It seems to be like he's the claustrophobic guy. Let him do it. so, so I've actually had a couple of them, or 3 of them made, and I think that was the first one. And I said I wanted to tear it off, but I thought, calm down. You get one shot of this. If you don't do it, you ain't going to get the part. So he was my eyes. He kept me quiet, and yeah, I did that. And when they pulled it off, was kind of orgasmic. I was like, oh god. And then but when they done the first mask, I had a blind eye. I had a big scar down my face and a eye in there. But they decided not to use that.
Yeah, but I am massively claustrophobic, so I don't know how you did that. Like you said, though, you had one chance and you took it.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen these people who go like they go climbing through small gaps in rocks? Have you seen that on YouTube?
I
That
don't.
is horrible.
Yeah.
People have been stuck in there and died in there and been found dead. I mean, what? How does that become somebody's hobby? I am really, really claustrophobic.
I don't know. When I watch stuff like that, I kind of have to like. I'm not too sure if I want to see it. When I see people standing up on the edge of a thing and thinking, you just get one shot. If you fall or you get stuck, you're dead. I love my life, and that does not interest me one bit about putting myself at risk more than we are every day anyway.
Yeah, same with me. Same with me. Yeah, you were you were so good in the Getaway though, because you had to act out the cutscenes in real life, didn't you? As well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When we,
Did you have Did you have? I know you had some acting background before that, but did you have much? Because you look like you'd been doing it for years.
I would say I was the best actor there. No, I wouldn't say that at all. I would say I was probably there was 1, 2 or 3 of us. Anna was good. I think she had a lot of broadcasting experience. She'd done a couple of Bollywood things, and so she knew her stuff. I think Don Kembury. He was more of a model, handsome bastard. He was more of a model. And when he was doing his acting, he kept saying "fuck, fuck, fuck" as he was in, and they were like, "Not so many fucks, Don." I think he just played himself as if he was being beaten up, which really worked. And then Joe Rice, who played Carter, he was the actor amongst us. Actually, me and Joe went on after that and did a short movie, a short film, and it's called Infidelity. If you get a chance to watch it, I'll play a really, really. Well, you actually don't see me. I'm in pitch black, and he's sitting in front of me, and I just lean forward right into like that, and I just come out of the. I'll cut her up, Mr. Valentine. It's worth watching. So Infidelity, yeah, it's on YouTube, I think, and that's me and Joe Rice. But he's a cracking actor, very, very,
I'll
very.
have to check that out.
Yeah. Should try and get him. I don't know what he's doing now, but he was probably one of the ones that was going to do the most out of all of us. But I'd had a little bit of experience. Most of my stuff was, I'd done a little bit of Casualty, a little bit of EastEnders, all the bit part stuff, and I didn't like that, because I wanted to be like a main character and get paid for it. You don't get really that much. But commercials, I did so many commercials. I actually stuck a little list up here because it's been such a long time since I did them. And this was when I was 48. I'd already done Golf, Polaroid, Dime Bar, Life in Cow Cheese, Walking Crisps, Milk, the Lotto, Citroen, Kit Kat, Specsavers. It just goes on and on. I travelled all over the world doing commercials, and that's a cracking gig. That really is a good gig because you just go there for one day. You could be in Spain for a day. You could be in Egypt for a day. You could be anywhere. You literally day, 2 days, and then you're back. And you get paid a chunk for 1 day's work. So to me, commercials were great for me.